Alright, so today's video is hopefully going to generate some debate and discussion without, getting in any fights. But the idea is the top 6 things that are hurting Gunpla or Gundam growth outside of Japan. During my time in Japan, I saw everywhere you went, every store, every little thing, there's a ton of Gundam and Gunpla references. And in the US, it really has struggled to grow over all the years since, I guess you could say since its start, but I'm going to say the Toonami era in the early 2000s when it was like really big and then just kind of never went anywhere. So I came up with 6 reasons on what I think kind of hurts it in the US. I can't speak for the whole world, so this is mostly geared towards US stuff. So number 1, accessibility in stores. So local hobby shops and Barnes & Nobles. The only 2 places you really ever see Gunpla. In big metropolis cities, they might have a Gunpla exclusive store, but it's pretty small. It used to be in every toy store, it used to be in every chain store, and with things moving towards online sales, these companies are no longer taking that risk in something that won't guarantee a sell. So it kind of hurts it from getting new people involved. People just walking by and seeing the box and go, oh, what is this? So that kind of hurts them. Number 2, Gunpla TV show quality. So most shows started off as like Gundam shows and then Gunpla followed, but now they're shows made to sell Gunpla. And it's so blatantly obvious that it kind of is a turnoff. Build Fighters is a great example. The first season was pretty well done. They definitely pushed like, here's our Gunpla that's going to come out. And it felt nice. It was a good comparison. And then season 2 was so heavily pushed towards Gunpla that the show itself really lacks substance. And this 3rd season is just, I don't even want to talk about it. But the point is that their shows, they're caring less about the shows and more about what they can sell with the shows. And doing that, you're gonna lose your audience who watch anime and then get into Gunpla because of that. It's gonna hurt that because you have to have a good show to back your models. Your 3rd one is saturation of the market. So there's an absurd variety of Gunpla in the last 20 years alone. So you have scales, grades, universes, 2.0 versions, version costs, so many variants. Anyone who's new to the hobby is just instantly overwhelmed. And I've been a huge Gunpla fan since the early 90s, and I struggle to tell them where to start. Because I just say, whatever series interests you, whatever model interests you, dive into that. Because there's just so much. I mean, you have so many different series, and they're not in any kind of chronological order. Or you go by the order of release date, which then, of course, mixes stuff up. And then there's all the different universes. It can be a lot. Number 4, Bandai's marketing direction. So Bandai's a huge, huge company, right? And their goal is to cover as many demographics as possible. However, this kind of leaves a lot of Gunpla fans feeling left out. So let's say you're a huge fan of Universal Century. You like that kind of gritty, war-torn stuff. You'll be waiting years and years while they're pushing out like Gundam Age and Gundam Build Fighters, and you're just waiting on something beyond Unicorn. Because of the big jumps in demographics, you can really turn people off. People who are younger might not be interested in the UC stuff. People who are older might not be interested in the younger stuff. And it kind of makes the company feel like they don't care about you personally. The best thing that I think they could do is just split Gunpla up into 2 totally separate demographics and sort of push them both their own ways. Instead, they go back and forth and back and forth. And basically, we're all just waiting for shows that we like. Number 5, this one's more of a mental thing, but it's instant gratification. So modeling as a hobby is very time consuming, and it takes a lot of effort and a lot of focus. There's always going to be trial and error, so anything you build is not going to be the way you want it to be in your head. This is very unappealing for a lot of people. I get discouraged as well. So when I introduce new people to the hobby, a lot of them will just instantly lose interest because they want something a little more instant, like figure collecting. You buy it, you display it, it's done. Or watching shows or video games, things that you can just pick up and go at it and you just enjoy it automatically, or you're good automatically. Without that instant gratification, a lot of people get discouraged. Number 6, the last one, and I'm going to say it's the most important one. This is every hobby, so don't think I'm just bashing Gundam, but it's the community. Every single hobby you can think of, you'll have these huge divides in community. And for Gunpla, half of it are people who are enthusiastic about the shows, or they just want to buy Gundams that they like, assemble them, display them, and they're done. They're happy with that. Or they just want to collect as many Gundams as they can, and they just have stacks and stacks of boxes, like me. So The other half, they derive from the scale modeling community, so they really focus on like technique and painting and skills involved. And because of this, it kind of creates this false identity of casuals and elites. And they're both very derogatory terms. I don't like either of them, and I try not to use either of those terms, but that's what people throw out there. And this is like almost every hobby. In online gaming, you have, casual gamers, and you have the elite gamers who obsess. Competitive card games like Magic. You have people who just want to buy and play, and you have people who are strictly about rules and tournaments. Miniature board games like Warhammer, and even cosplay. You get the same split where people are just like obsessed about the detail, looking exactly like the character, and people who just pull stuff out of their closet because they want to have fun. But this split is always going to divide the community, and I don't think there's really anything you can do about it other than appreciate both sides for what they are. They're both good people, and they both like the same stuff. It's just kind of hard to make everybody see that. So those are my 6 reasons. I'd love to hear what you guys think about it, and as always, I'll try to make my videos a little more prompt and active instead of one every like 2 months. Thanks, guys.